Alright guys, we are here with another opening, so you got a double whammy today. I think I'll probably upload both of these on the same day. We just did the booster box for Crimson Invasion,
yes, absolutely.
which when it's released you guys can order those singles. And now we're going to open ourselves a Shining Legends Elite Trainer Box, or ETB for those that play the game. We call them ETBs. These were still are quite hard to find in South Africa.
No, we actually have a ton in stock now.
But Battle Bunker has got a ton in stock now.
Yeah.
So I think on release there's kind of like a dash around. They weren't around, but the stuff is available now. I think it's good value for money.
It's 1,050 Rand.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah.
And you get 10 packs in here instead of 8, which you get in a normal Elite Trainer box, which is good value. You can't get these individually. You can't buy these boosters on their own. Yeah. So 10 packs, you get the sleeve. You also get the Shining Ho-Oh in here as well, which as a promo is only available in this box. You get your dice, you get your sleeves, you get your damage counters, you get your condition markers, you get a book about the set, but let's open it up and have a look what's inside. So,
excited.
The back tells you exactly what is in there. There you go, you can see. We got the energy, the condition markers, the damage counters, the sleeves, the dividers, and our 10 packs, which is pretty cool. So let's open this bad boy up and see how it works. So for those that haven't seen one of these before, these Elite Trainer boxes, especially new players, these are really good value for money for a guy or a girl starting out in the game. Are you a boy or are you a girl in the tradition of Pokemon? So let's show you what you get. So when you take this off, you'll notice that inside there's actually artwork, and it folds out to be a poster, which is pretty cool. It has all of the Pokemon on it. So you'll see that it has some glue on it.
Yeah, there we go.
Over there, and it's kind of like a easy to release glue, and there is your poster. So you've got the Shining Pokemon are on there.
Your son loves these.
He loves these. He sticks them up on his wall. It's his favorite thing. Then we get our set guide or player's guide for the set, which has got Ho-Oh on the front, and that takes you through what kind of cards you get. Warp Energy, Shining Ho-Oh, that comes in the box. You get Entei GX, Raichu GX, Mewtwo GX, and then Zoroark GX, the big chase card from the set. We get Shining Genesect and Venusaur. We get Incineroar. They're talking about how you can make these work together. Shining Mew, which is another card I think a lot of people will be looking for. Yes. A fantastic card, I think. Has some playability to it. Hooper, which has got that safeguard ability to it. And Latios, which is another snipe damage Pokemon. Plus we get the Outrage attack Reshiram back in the set, and Zekrom's in there as well. So that has a whole set, and then at the back you will see the secret rares and hyper rares from the set. Entei, Raichu, Mewtwo, and Zoroark as hyper rares, and Mewtwo, what they call in the test tube Mewtwo, as the secret rare for the set, and Pokemon Breeder as the full art trainer. And then we get a lot of reprints of some decent basic trainer cards as well in the set. So pretty good. And then what happens is you take the lid off the box. They've changed the design now, so you can actually lift the whole thing out. Before you had these things come out as like dividers, but now they've made it a bit easier for you to throw everything around. We get a code card for the TCG Online that gives you the sleeves. You get your dividers to divide your box up so you can sort everything, your energy cards, your Ho-Oh sleeves,
which are quite nice.
They are pretty. They kind of, I think it's black and gold, would you say? Or was it brown? Like
it's almost like this off gold.
Yeah, it's like a deep brown, kind of very, very cool. There is our Shining Ho-Oh promo. So this guy, once it's open, should get sleeved up. I'm going to leave this over here, sealed away. That's the thing you want to look after. You get your dice, so it's your coin flip dice and your damage.
It's a nice thing with the dice that each dice has the set symbol on it.
Yeah, so you know which set they come from. Nice. They've done black dice for the last couple of sets, which is interesting. You get your GX marker and your condition markers, always useful, and then you get 10 booster packs. So let's have a look what we got here. We got Mew, we've got Genesect, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Mew, Genesect, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, Rayquaza, and Mewtwo. So
there's Mewtwo in there.
So let's start with our 2, and then we'll go on to the 4s. Okay. Alright. I do remember that these cards are hard to open. For some reason, they don't always make the... the other thing to note about this set is that each code card is white because every single pack comes with some kind of holo rare or something
So
in
you
it.
never know if you're going to be an NGX or...
But you're definitely always going to get something awesome
Yeah.
in every single
We
pack.
love awesomeness.
We love awesomeness. You do have the energy, so there it goes. And we'll put our 2, of which one we
I
definitely
wish
know is
they
going to be
had something
special.
done with the energy. I wish they'd done something slightly different with energy.
Yeah, they could have done something cool like they did with Evolutions, but they've just stuck with the same design. Although I do think people complain that they change energy design too often. So this is I like this design, and especially with the gold energies in the set, you do want to keep them matching. We've got Ekans, Breloom, Voltorb gets a reprint, so we can use this now. It's better, I think, than the Evolutions one to use with the Electrode. You can blow up and turn into special energy. Litten, Purloin, Volcarona with Heat Cyclone. Once during your turn, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. Lipard, Energy Retrieval, a Keldeo reverse. So Keldeo, there is this counter energy style deck that people have been talking about. Basically, you just have a mixed bag of types that have a double energy requirement to attack, and Keldeo would have that energy requirement met, which is pretty cool. So 110 HP, I think it might see some play. It's pretty cute as well. And then we get ourselves a Raichu GX.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat, yeah. So this set has good pull rates. I can tell you that now.
How would you know? Do tell us.
I have watched and seen. This is a decent set, right?
Yeah.
As I said, every single pack comes with some kind of rare in it, so you're always going to be lucky. Powerful Spark, 20 plus, 20 more damage, times the amount of lightning energy attached to your Pokemon.
That's good.
So if you can accelerate a whole bunch of lightning energy on the board, then you can do some pretty significant damage.
So all your Pokemon to this specific
All
Pokemon,
your Pokemon.
which is huge.
Yeah, you could ramp it up quickly, and then Thunder. Yeah, if you've got a way of accelerating, you can make it work. Thunder for 2 lightning and a colorless does 160 and 30 to itself, which is awkward. But as I said, lightning type often damage themselves. Then we get Voltail GX. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and it does 120 damage. So
Let's put it up there.
let's put that
Same
dude
as
up
last
there at
time.
the back.
And he feels at home. You can
Yeah,
see
he's
it.
right there next to Alolan Raichu. Just chilling there. Does he just evolve from Pikachu? Not Alolan. There's no Alolan Pikachu, right?
No.
Yeah. So when I open these, you have to like open them awkwardly.
All the way down.
Yeah, it's bizarre. They've used a different style of, and then these code cards are also flipped the wrong way. So
Well, they don't really care. It's white. All
they just want
white.
to mess with the YouTubers opening stuff on the channel. Yeah. Okay, so we got a Jinx, which, yeah, I'm not sure that it's going to see much play. Tussle, Torracat, Totodile, Weasel, Super Scoop Up, Sophocles, Double Colorless Energy, that's always useful. Electrode, which isn't going to be played. And then we get Veltal with Strafe. Double Colorless does 30, and you switch this with one of your bench Pokemon, which is the same as as Umbreon GX's Strafe attack, just with a different energy requirement. And then it has kind of like a super Oblivion Wing attack.
Okay.
So Oblivion Wing from the original Veltal did 30 and accelerated an energy from your bench. This one does 90 and accelerates an energy from the discard pile onto your bench.
Which is still good. Right?
But it has a much heavier energy requirement, 3 energy. So that puts you in range for attacks that are powered by your opponent's,
Capilele.
by your own energy, like a Lele Energy Drive or even a Gardevoir, for example, even though that's a horrible matchup because you'd be hitting it for resistance, being a dark type. So, yeah, it's definitely a weird card, but, you know, people love dark type. I love dark type decks, so see if we can make it work. Purloin, Voltorb, Golett, Buizel, Scraggy, Switch, Golurk, Scrafty, Jinx Reverse, and we get a Mewtwo GX.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Yeah, pretty cool, hey? Psychic Energy Full Burst, 30 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. So you've got to get energy onto him. Super Absorption 60, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, and then Psy Strike GX for 200 damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this will attack through safeguard abilities, things like Hooper and Alolan Ninetales.
What kind of advice would you give to kids that are actually starting out and making decks? Because obviously everyone wants to make the best deck, but you can't always make the best deck straight away.
You can't. So I think first thing is pick a type so that you actually bring some kind of consistency to a deck that might be inherently inconsistent because you're not playing expensive cards like Tapu Lele. You might not have a super high count of N and Sycamore available to you. You might be concerned around playing things like Ultra Ball because you're discarding cards, which is a big thing for a lot of new players. So go for one energy typing together with some splashable, colorless attackers. Have a mix of basics and stage Pokemon. And then also have something to counter the GXs. So that's where the safeguard type Pokemon are really good. It gives you a fighting chance against big GX heavy decks. And I think look for type advantage in the meta game. So if everyone's playing Volcanion and Volcanion is big, build a low cost budget water deck as an example. If everyone's playing water, build a low cost grass deck. If everyone's playing Metagross, build a low cost fire deck. Something like Heatmore together with Raichu with Paralysis. It's a budget deck that is actually super annoying and actually pretty relevant and powerful in the current meta. So definitely something to look into. I think in terms of other YouTubers, it's been covered by Tablemon. He's done a profile on the deck. Ross Cawthorn played a similar concept at a big expanded regionals recently, where the focus of the deck was to keep your opponent's Pokemon paralyzed. Particularly with something like that Sea of Nothingness stadium. Now it's maybe even more of a workable
you
option.
brought those two budget decks that we actually played. It was
Yeah,
actually
they're
wonderful.
actually not bad. Like the Crabominable deck is pretty cool. So there's definitely ways to build budget decks that can stand up to the meta. You just have to understand what the meta game is, and you need to know how to build for consistency.
And also a good place to start, obviously, is just the starter decks. And you
The
can
starter decks are great.
It's the nice thing about it, it has everything you need.
Yeah.
And then you can get to pick up the concepts, and then you go from there.
Particularly the Ninetales starter deck, it's really
wonderful.
good. So we get a Quillfish, Torkoal, Minim to go with our Plusle, or Minum, Jinx, Ivysaur, Switch, Golurk, Scrafty, Shroomish, Reverse, and a Reshiram Hollow Rare, which has got Outrage. So this is, in a way, a reprint of the original Reshiram, which is a 120 HP basic instead of 130. Outrage does 20 plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, so it's kind of a revenge style attack. And then Scorching Breath for 130, this Pokemon can't attack during your next turn. So really, really very similar to the original.
It actually works very well in a poison deck. So that one we were discussing, you poison both you and they can't
Yeah,
retreat.
you could do that.
And you are building up damage and you hit back.
So I think the important thing about it is that 130 is a relevant number that most decks try and hit. The concept here is that you're going to be just out of range of anything that can't hit 130. So if they can't one-shot you, you're going to put big damage back onto them. But because it's 20 plus, you're doing 140 damage, which isn't super relevant, but because you're a fire type, it helps you in matchups. For example, if you're playing against Decidueye, and Decidueye is stacking up damage onto your side using Feather Arrow, they're not going to be able to one-shot you with Feather Arrows in an attack. So they might, because they might play Ninetales in it, but it gives you that kind of fighting chance against those type of decks. I think it's definitely going to see some play, but we'll see how much. Weasel, Totodile, Torkoal, Pikachu. How cute is that with a little rainbow in the background? Jinx, Volcarona, Feraligatr, Carnivine, Bulbasaur Reverse, and we get a Zekrom. So talking of Outrage Pokemon, here is the Lightning Outrage, also 130 HP, the same attack, 20 plus 10 more, and Stormblade, 2 lightning and a colorless, 130, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. So also very much a reprint from the black and white era, just with a bit of an HP buff for the current format. Yeah, so it's,
It heralds back to the old days when I started, when the Pokemon were considerably weaker.
It's a pity they didn't do like a straight reprint, because they were gold secret rares printed of them, and they were full arts. There's lots of artworks, And a lot of people would have loved to be able to replay those old gold Zekroms and Reshirams, but yeah,
Such as life.
such is life. Shroomish, Totodile, Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Stunfisk, Floatzel, Electrode. We get a Warp Energy. This card provides one colorless energy. When you attach this card from your hand to your active Pokemon, switch that Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So it's like a free switch and an energy card. And then we get a Venusaur Reverse with Jungle Totem. Each basic grass energy attached to your Pokemon provides 2 grass energy.
Wow.
So with something like Shining Genesect, which has effectively got the original Keldio's attack 50 plus 20 more for each energy, 1 energy then provides 40. So pretty cool. And then we get a Palkia as our Holo Rare, which for a double colorless does Spiral Drain, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, and 30 damage, and then 2 water and a colorless for 100. So
3 more boosters? Or is it 4 more? 4 more to go.
4 more to go, and we've got our 2 GXs out of the box.
1 more.
1 more would be pretty cool, I must say.
2 would be better.
2 would be better. But I have faith. I think we can maybe do 2 in this one.
I don't know. I'm not going to be betting on that.
I think we're going to do 2. I think we're going to do 2. I feel it. We're going to get 2 more out of this box. We got a Shroomish. We get a Minun, Quillfish, Zoroark. That's always bodes well. Plusle, Sophocles, Lily, Pokemon Breeder. Draw 2 cards and heal 20 damage from your active Pokemon. Not that relevant, unfortunately. An Arbok Reverse and a full art Pokemon Breeder. So how pretty is that?
Guess who wants that?
Terrible, but pretty. Not playable, but beautiful.
And you will be collecting it, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I love collecting full art trainers.
That is your thing.
It is my thing. There's a couple of us that are like full art trainer nuts. I am one of those. I love my full art trainers. And because it's so unplayable, it's probably cheap.
Your favorite word.
Alright, we have an Ekans, a Breloom, a Voltorb, a Litten, Purloin, Pokemon Catcher, Volcarona, Lampard, Reverse Super Scoop Up, and a Manaphy Holo Rare. Blessings of the Deep. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from one of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it.
Wow.
60. So, I mean, you could use this in a Sea King deck, which is this cute little deck, a 90 HP Pokemon. Does a significant amount of damage if it's been healed that turn for 1 water energy. This could be played in that. I don't know, it's got some use. There's definitely some ways to make it work, but because it's only got 60 HP, it's probably not long for this world. Let's see what we get here. So let's say, ooh, a white code, but they're all white codes.
Can't do that anymore.
So we want to get 1 more out of these last 2. We get Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Stunfisk, Totodile, Litten, Arbok, Great Ball, Howl, Zekrom Reverse, and our Shining Jirachi, which is just as good as anything else. This is another card that I definitely will be purchasing as a single. This is a card I have been looking for. Stellar Rain. 10 damage, but what it does is, if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, devolve it by putting all the evolution cards on it into your opponent's hand.
I might keep that.
Yeah. So what it does is, it's kind of like Espeon EX in that it devolves, but you put the full stack in. So even if they've got the stage 1 on, and it's a stage 2, they all go back into the hand.
That's great.
So it's like a combo of Tapu Fini, Espeon EX. It's pretty cool.
What you want to do is do that and then end the next turn.
Yeah, you want to do that to something that they've spent ages powering up, and then they just cry and lose the game. That's the theory, right?
We can only hope.
I'm not convinced it's going to be super playable, but I do think it's going to see some play.
It's strange that this one's actually got that.
Yeah, so that's the Shining. Let's actually put that up here so you can see. So, Shining Pokemon, the Ho-Oh is the same. If you can see it here, the whole card is matte except for the Pokemon.
But not all of them, because this one also...
Those aren't Shinings. It has to say Shining in the name.
Oh, right.
So this is Shining Jirachi. And you'll see it's actually got a cross-hatching on the foil, so there's actually texture to the foil. And only the Pokemon is Shining. So that is beautiful.
Right.
Very cool. Okay, so we've done really well. I told you we've done really well.
I peaked something there.
See, I'm right. Zoroark, Golett, Larvesta, Scraggy, Croconaw, Energy Retrieval, Incineroar, Feraligatr, a Golett Reverse, and we get a Holo Rare Shaman. So, not a GX, but I think getting 2 GXs, a Full Art and a Shining Pokemon out of one box, plus the Ho-Oh, that's really good. Sadly, this is not the good Shaman of old days,
Setup.
but it does have setup as an attack. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. So, you know, it's called Flippity Flap. No, I wouldn't play it, but it's cute. So that is the box. I mean, I think all in all, you know, we did pretty well. We got our Shining Jirachi, we got our Full Art Pokemon Breeder, we got our Mewtwo GX, and we got our Raichu GX.
So there's kind of the chase cards of action.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get a Zoroark, but other than that, I mean, that is what you want.
Yes.
You know, it's a fantastic box. I think we did really well out of that Elite Trainer box. Cool, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
A big shout out to our sponsors, the Battle Bunker and Ultimate Guard.